Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Young here, and today I'm back on our Fortnite video. In today's video, I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks on how to win more in solos, and as well just give you guys some solo tips and tricks to help you guys out when it comes to winning more consistently and just being able to get a lot more wins in solo. And before we get into the video, I'm going to be hosting a V-Buck giveaway, and if you guys want a chance to win some free V-Buck, all you need to do is to drop a like on this video, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, turn on my notifications, and as well leave a comment down below of your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account. And for the winner, I'm going to be giving away 2,000 V-Bucks in which you can buy skins, gliders, pickaxes, anything you want in the item shop, so make sure you guys enter. And as well, if you guys like to add me and support me as a creator in the item shop, all you have to do is go over to the item shop, go down to the bottom right, hit support a creator, and type in my code. My code is Young Humor, and you guys will have me supported as a creator. And alright guys, let's get into the video. Alright, so here in this video, I'm going to be talking over it and give you guys some tips and tricks on how to win more solos here for Fortnite. So in this gameplay, it's not really that high of a kill gameplay. I think I ended up having like 12 kills or so, and I got a lot of my kills towards the end of the game. So I'm definitely going to skip a lot of this video at the beginning. So at the beginning, I landed a little bit slower, and that's just something that I end up doing. And to be honest with you guys, I was landing tilted the towers and I died off spawn for like 35 minutes straight. I was just dying off spawn to the like the biggest BS. I'm not even kidding you guys. I literally died one game. It was the last player in tilted, and my glider didn't even come out when I was like 4 stories above the guy because I jumped up to try to shoot at a player, and as I was coming down I spammed A like 15 times and my glider didn't even come out. So I said screw it, I'm not gonna land tilted towers or retail. I'm just gonna go ahead and land a little bit slower and get myself at least set up a little bit more before I go into the gunfights, and that's exactly what I did. I ended up getting me a little bit of mats. I think I had about 500 mats going into the fight, and as well I had full shield because I got the chug jug from the treasure map. And that's just one thing that's a lot better and helps you guys out a lot if you're looking for consistent wins. Just having a little bit slower of a start and making sure you have enough shield, enough HP going into the fight. And typically my rule of thumb when it comes to the amount of mats that I want to have, usually I want to try to keep my mat count above 600, and that's just ideal. That obviously doesn't mean I'm going to have it every single time, but if I'm going into a gunfight and I had a choice on how many mats I'd want to have at least 600. I don't mind going to the fight if I have like 300 or 400. That is definitely more than enough to win the fight, but anywhere above 600 is going to be ideal and perfect going into that fight, because no matter what, even if there are really good builders, really sweaty builders like to build a ton, it's not going to be that big of a deal because 600 materials is a lot to work with, and you're going to be able to do a lot of things with that material count. And just a few things that I've done if you decided to land at those higher drop areas like tilted towers and retail. There's been a few things that I've changed up a little bit based on my situation to have more shield. And so one of the things that I've been doing a little bit that actually has allowed me to keep more shield is, say for instance at the beginning of the game I actually ended up getting some shield, 150 HP, and say if I find a slurp juice, I'm not going to take the slurp right away. I'm going to wait till I clear out tilted towers first, or if I get shot. And the reason being is because if I pop that slurp immediately and say if I get hit for 100 damage, I'm going to be pretty screwed over because I'm not going to have any shield after that. But if I wait, even if I lose 75 HP, if I pop the slurp, then I'm going to be back at 150. So it's just going to be a lot smarter and a lot more ideal just to keep the extra shield with you to going out to the fight. And I do the same thing from time to time with big shields. Even if I have 150 HP, sometimes I do end up saving the big shields, and the reason being is because a lot of times a lot of the pumps in this game are going to be hitting for a lot of damage, and you're going to be getting hit from 95 to 100 damage. So if you want to be able to leave with shield, you're going to have some. And even if you do use the 50 shield to get up to 200 HP, depending on how many people left are in tilted, if it's really off the start, then a lot of times I would just pop it right away. If it's getting close towards the end, you know there's only one player left and you have 150 HP, it should be more than enough to win the gunfight on the player. So after the fight, even if they hit you for 75 damage or even 50 to knock off your shield, and say that player hits you down to 25 HP, and if you still have that big shield, you're guaranteed at least 50 shield. You're going to find some bandages, so you're going to be at 125 HP. But if you pop the big shield before you're going to the fight, so if you start at 100 or 200 HP, getting hit for that 50 damage, you're going to be getting stuck at 75 HP because you would have got hit down to 75 when you won the gunfight instead of 25. But since you have the 25 HP and you still have the big shield in your inventory, you are able to use it and get your HP up even higher. And that's just one slight thing you can do. It can be a little bit risky because you are going into the gunfights with less HP, but at the same time it can be very beneficial and something that I've done quite a bit, and it has worked out for me because I feel pretty comfortable in winning gunfights 150 HP or even 125, just so I keep a little bit more shield leaving out of tilted, because trust me, going into the mid game with less shield is going to be a lot more difficult than it is in the early game, just because in the mid game to late game there's going to be a lot of people with better loot, better weapons, and as you can see in this game, I end up walking away with a treasure map, and if I ever did run into someone with the treasure map with gold weapons, they're going to be dealing a ton of damage really quickly. So having that extra shield in the mid game is going to be crucial if I want to be able to win in Fortnite. And one mistake that I've seen a lot of players do, and this is something that I did a really good job right here in this situation, so I ended up going for the quick play on this player because I knew I was going to be able to finish him off. And as you can see, my HP is down to 63, and there's a player above me spraying, and a lot of players in this game, they'll try to get off 1 or 2 minis, and at the same time when they're trying to get off the minis and the players are spraying from above them, usually from time to time you're going to be running into players with 0 ping, pretty much like I am in this gameplay. I'm running on really low ping, and they're going to be sneaking in shots there, and if they get one tag on you by the time you pop 1 mini, you're still at a loss of HP. So the only time you want to pop shield, you usually want to hold them off first, maybe build up a little bit, and prevent them from spraying at you for at least a few seconds to get off your shield, because if you try to pop your shield right away when they're just constantly spraying at your builds, a lot of times they're going to be sneaking in shots, and it's going to cost you, because either they sneak in a few shots or they're going to get the wall replaced. You're going to have to move out of your box either way. So just using, or even just using steel can be very helpful, because if you use steel and you wait at least a few seconds, then it's going to make your wall 3 or 4 hits, which is going to allow you more than enough time to get off a mini. But even if you are using wood and it fully builds, it still is a 2-shot, which means they can break your wall really quickly, and if they have your wall, they're just going to be constantly spraying into your box, which is going to make it even more difficult, and a lot of times they're going to be getting off those extra tags. So even if they're spraying your box and you're low on HP, just holding them off for a few seconds until they stop spraying, wait for them to go for that reload. And that's just something that I do a lot of the times. If I'm getting sprayed at or getting focused by multiple players, I always wait for them to empty their entire mag, and as soon as they empty their entire clip, and that's when I make a play. Either I build up, maybe I go for the shot, whatever the case may be. Because if I wait for them to empty their mag, it's going to guarantee me at least a few seconds, and even if they want to challenge me with another weapon, they're going to have to reload that first weapon eventually, so it is going to be buying me time no matter what, and that could be very helpful if I'm going to a build fight. If they have to reload their weapons, it's going to be very difficult for them to do. They either have to give up their high ground, or there's going to be making it or they have to overbuild you, and a lot of times if you're building up, they're not going to be able to do so. And if you're just constantly contesting them in that build fight, they're not going to be able to reload their weapons, which is going to make it so much harder for them to do any sort of damage to you. It's just going to be a super big pain for them to deal with. So that's just something you can do, is wait for a reload timer when it comes to challenging gunfights. It's really going to save you a lot of time, and as well it's going to allow you to get a lot of good challenges because the other player is going to be completely unprepared. And if there's one weapon in this game that you want to avoid the most, especially because there's not siphon in the game, there's not HP per kill, so a lot of times you are going to be running around on 150 HP. Weapons like the heavy sniper rifle are going to be the biggest pain to deal with, especially when I'm playing. It happens all the time in arena mode, in public matches especially, because I don't have the most amount of HP every single time. It's the only way you can deal with something with a heavy sniper if maybe you got a mushroom and dusty divot, or you got a slurp juice for 75, or you're at 200 HP. Otherwise it's a one shot to your body. So that's something to keep in mind in a weapon to deal with, because a lot of players, if they find a heavy sniper rifle, especially in public matches or really anywhere, a lot of people like the heavy sniper rifle and they're going to be using it, and one shot to your body is going to kill you no matter what. So challenging those longer range weapons, especially if the other player has a sniper rifle in the inventory, or maybe it looks like they have a sniper, you can't tell, it can be a little bit risky and it might not be the best option to do. So one thing that I do a ton to help me stay consistent when it comes to winning gunfights and also getting wins in Fortnite is just making sure as much as I can to try to keep my gunfights a really close range. I really don't try to AR challenge people from ranges, especially if I don't know they have a sniper rifle or not, because if they just get one shot at me, I'm going to be dead no matter what. So that's just something to be really careful of, and if you want to be able to win consistently, you need to be really good at those close range fights, and that's something that I did right here on the last player. I knew he wasn't going to be a top level player, but at the same time he did have a heavy sniper rifle, and if he just hit me one shot, he'd be the luckiest shot he's ever had. But even if he just hits me one time, I'm going to lose my HP and I'm going to be losing the game, and that's going to be super annoying to do, especially because I played 20 minutes trying to get the win. So I'm keeping my gunfight close ranges. I'm keeping just enough distance where it's going to make it too hard for him to no-scope me, or as well just snipe me from a medium distance range with his sniper rifle. It's going to be very difficult for him to do so. And a lot of times when it comes to this gunfight, especially here, that was pretty much his only chance of winning the gunfight. So as long as I can make sure he doesn't hit me with his heavy sniper rifle, I'm going to be winning the gunfight and taking the win for this game. And with that being said, that's about for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys liked it. And if you guys could drop a like on this video, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on my notifications to be notified for every single new video. And alright guys, I'll see you next video.